Hey guys, hope you all crispy and crunchy. It's CerealMaty here, and welcome back to Doki Love and Literature, and it's time for Chapter 4, Perfect Girl. Yeah, let's just go. Final bell. Jesus Christ. It's pouring as all hell, and I might get wet to my underwear, or even beyond. Well, the first few raindrops splattered against my face, polite wet kisses rolling down to my chin. Very philosophical way to describe it. But I like it. I stepped away and glanced up, greeted to angry storm clouds swirling above, pushing away the once bright sun from earlier today. The sound of faint thundered echoes across the campus. I could see students glancing up in alarm and starting to rush away, hoping not to get caught up in the storm. Within seconds, a steady rain shower was beating down on the campus. The rain dripped down in streams from the tin roofing of the breezeway. The cool air rushed against my face, a harmonic and refreshing feeling. I stood by the entrance to the foyer, protected under the metal roofing of the walkway. Good thing I have my umbrella with me, I thought, thinking back to the umbrella I had picked up away in my bag this morning, in preparation for a possible storm. Well, that's what the forecast said. And it was right, as we can clearly see. I leaned against the wall for a moment, listening to the rain drum against the roof. I scrolled through my phone, finally getting to check the notifications that had built up in the 7 hours it was shut off. Can I hear birds chirping? Not very appropriate for a storm going on. Another treacherous school day had finally ended, and I was ready for my second meeting with the literature club again. With Miss Gojo being absent last period, it gave me time to fine-tune my poem. After working and reworking it, I finally felt it was adequate enough to show it to everyone. I shoved my phone in my pocket. The rain showed no sign of stopping as I started to walk through the breezeway, careful not to get caught by the constant sheets of rain. Hello, this is a dark hallway. As I stepped into the seniors building, a gust of wind swung the door open and practically slammed the door on my back. How bad is it gonna get, I thought as I made my way up the stairs. I stepped into the classroom. Jeez, it's really moody in here, to be honest. A very cozy feeling. Like, outside it's raining, it's probably pretty cold, and I just wanna cuddle. Maybe not cuddle because that would be awkward. But yeah, we can warm each other. That's still awkward. The room was artificially lit, with the storm now blocking out the sun's light. It felt rather homely. I looked around and saw Yuri sitting at her usual spot, nose deep into her ominous book. Yuri was at the desk closet to the teachers, scrolling through her cherry red cased phone, a white pair of headphones snacking up to her ears. It didn't seem like either noticed me enter. Tucked away in the back was Natsuki, worriedly looking at the rain lashing against the windows, her arms folded against her chest. I could see a cluster of papers sitting on her desk with a binder opened. Is it her poem? Monica was noticeably absent. I cleared my throat. Hey, where's Ma? Yuri's face snapped up at the sound of my voice. She slammed her phone down on the desk. Boom. Mati! Yay! You're here! She got up and dashed over to embrace me. I gingerly returned the hug. Is she gonna do that every time I show up? It's almost embarrassing. Whatever. From the back of the room, I could see Natsuki lungingly staring at me. Yeah. We locked eyes. Oh shit. Just a quick look away. Natsuki quickly looks away. There you go. A trace of red outlining her cheeks. Oh, hello, Yuri. I don't know why you scared me. Just a little bit. But maybe because you just popped onto the screen instead of Natsuki's face. Maybe. It's good to see you again, Mati. Glad to see you're holding up to your promise to the club. Holding up your promise. Yuri was at her usual spot by the door, glancing up from her portrait of Markov book to address me. Speaking of Yuri's book of choice, I did some light research on it, and it turns out the plot is very dark. Much darker than I expected. To sum it up, It's about a high-ranking Nazi medical official. Oh. After World War II, the official went into hiding and kidnapped various Jews to torture and experiment as sort of demented coping mechanism of Adolf Hitler's defeat. I spoiled it for myself a bit, and in the end, the official gets what's coming to him by the means of execution, with the story ending on a happy note, if you can call it that. Really? Is that the plot of the book? Wait a minute. Is it even a real book, The Portrait of Markov? I don't think so. Would be cool though. The reviews I read did say that the book makes you reflect over the crimes against humanity the Jews and other groups suffered at the hands of the Nazis during the war. Now, what does it say about Yuri's personality? That she likes to read books? Yeah? Nothing, I guess. Yeah. After all, she did say she was interested in psychological elements and all that, so a book like The Portrait of Markov would be right up her alley. So, that doesn't mean it's kind of fucked up. I wonder what the other book she mentioned is like. I heard a flurry of footsteps outside in the hallway, and a few beats later Monica stepped through the door, the ribbons in her hair slightly disheveled. Whatever. Sorry, I'm late everyone. I hope I didn't keep you all waiting. Her voice sounded rushed and panicked. In her hands I could see what looked like music sheets for an instrument. I wonder what she was doing. Playing the recorder. That's what she was doing. Monica set her bag down atop the teacher's desk. Ah, hello Monica. We were wondering where you were. Yuri gets up from her seat to lean against her desk. From the back of the room I saw Natsuki walk over to join our circle next to Sayori. Sayori giggled. I guess you decided the club was more important than your boyfriend after all. Back to the boyfriend topic. Geez, your pupils just shrinked. Monica looked up from her bag and blushed beet red, clearly embarrassed by the notion. But boyfriend? What are you talking about, Sayori? Well, what else would you have made you late? Were you just caught up in the crowd, or were you too busy? She makes a kissing gesture with her hands. Aww. Getting busy? Sayori bursts into laughter, Natsuki sharing the laugh. Yuri just smiled, and I couldn't help but grin a little too. Monica shot at her a look, her voice now laced with annoyance. Well, if you must know, I had study hall for my last period, and I just lost track of time, that's all, no boyfriend. Natsuki looked confused. This doesn't make sense. You would have heard the bell at least. Monica gives a dismissive wave. Well, I was in the band building working on my piano skills, and the bells in there aren't as loud as the ones in the rest of the campus. I didn't even know the bell had rung until one of the directors told me it had. So Yuri's face lit up. You play the piano? I had no idea. Well, I've only started just recently. I've been having private lessons at home, but I've gotten permission from the orchestra directors to use their piano here to practice with during school. I think they think that me using their piano means that I want to join their club. But joining them would mean not having time for you all, so don't get too worried. There is a warm smile on Monica's face. There is something about that smile that just puts me at ease. It's almost entrancing. So, that's so cool. You have to play something for us sometime. Genuine happiness traces into Yuri's face. Monica gives an airy little. There you go. That's what it said. Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but I am in the process of writing a song that I'm trying to get done before the festival. Monica stopped and muttered something. Sayori gasped and slapped her hands on her cheeks. You're gonna play at the festival? That's so amazing! Ow, my voice! Monica smiled, appreciating the genuine praise. Yes, I thought that a song for the school to hear would really set us apart from the rest of the club's events, Jesus! A sweet, memorable song will show everyone how creative and fun our club can be for them. I've been working on the song since last week and I'm very close to finishing it. I spoke up. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd love to hear a snippet of it before the festival. Unless you want to keep it a surprise, that is. Monica sat down in the teacher's chair. I should have it done by at least Sunday. I'll play a portion of it for y'all before the festival on Monday morning, if you all come in early. She paused. But just the music though, no lyrics. That's gonna be the big surprise. Monica clapped her hands together. Well, let's get down to it. Time to share poems, everyone. Let's do it then. Hey, yeah. Still. Why are just random poems popping up instead of the girls? Like, this is Sayori's poem, but I didn't see Sayori before. Did I just steal it from her? Was I just sneaky and, bottles, bubbles. No, not bubbles. Bottles. Sayori's poem was a little more meaty than her first, with an actual narrative to it. Nice. To summarize, it was about a girl whose mind is a collection of bottles with her happy thoughts. She wrote that a lot, being stored in the bottles in her head. With fluffy kittens and balls of sunshine galore, it was oozing with cuteness, but the words almost reminded me of something Yuri would write or read in terms of vocabulary. But it was much, much brighter in tone. I set the paper down on her desk, pushing it back to her. What do you think? She's not hiding her excitement to hear my thoughts. I took a breath. It was very emotional? I think that's the right word. There was a lot of symbolism in it, and I waved my hand, trying to grasp my meaning. It was good, is what I'm trying to say. Christ, could I have said that any more awkwardly? Sayori adjusted the bow in her hair. I know exactly what you mean. Thank you, Matty. Your thoughts mean a lot to me. She pointed out at my notebook. Can I read yours now? I silently handed her my paper. Sayori snatched the paper from my hand and started to analyze it. But as she read it, I couldn't help but feel like, there was something off about her today. It made no sense considering her bubbly spirit today, and she looked as normal as ever, with her lazy unbuttoned blazer and her messy hair. But the way she carried herself seemed shifted. I couldn't quite place it. It was like someone else was piloting her body and mind, even though she acted like her usual happy self. Maybe she's just jealous because you spend too much time with Natsuki. Just a hunch. After she gave me her thoughts on my writing, her critiques are as sparkling and overjoyed as her last one, I dared to ask a question. Sayori, is everything alright? You seem disconnected. Huh? Are you feeling well? Of course! Why, is something wrong? There's a look of worry on Sayori's face. I shook my head. No, everything is fine. It's just, I don't know. You seem out of it. Did you wake up late again today? Hello there! I think that's really an iPhone because it says... Does it say iPhone down here? Slowly beneath her hand? Whatever. No, I don't... It doesn't matter. And her look is pretty. It's just pretty. No. I'm just not used to new facial expressions, that's all. Sayori glanced down at her phone. I think she got a message, but I couldn't read her screen at all. Then back at something. Yeah. I sigh. Sayori, she cut me off. I'm sorry, my alarm clock stopped working last night, and it didn't wake me up in time. I got here as soon as I could. Right after I ate breakfast. She laughed awkwardly, doing that cute fingertip tap again. I thought about what she said for a moment. Is she lying? It's kind of hard to tell. Even if she's telling the truth, something needs to be done about her constant tardiness. There's nothing more embarrassing than losing credit just because you couldn't be bothered to show up on time. What does it say about your character? Tell you what, how about instead of just us walking to school together, I'll wake you up on time as well. I could give you a wake-up call every morning and tell you to get up, then I'll wait for you outside. Lovely suggestion. Sayori gave me a quizzical look, as if I just told her I had a time-traveling DeLorean. Whatever that is. Or whoever that is. After a beat, her face changed expressions. I'd love that! It would keep me on my toes. Unless that's too much trouble for you. I gave her a dismissive wave. It's no trouble. I always get up early in the morning anyway, and I'd do anything for a friend. Sierra reached over from her seat and pulled me into a tight hug, which felt nice, but holy shit, her head is maybe just a little too close to my... You're too nice to me, Matty. What did I do to deserve you? Why did you just move by, I don't know, a centimeter to the right? It was weird. I chuckled a bit and broke off the hug. Monica gave me an odd look. Then she laughed and turned off her laptop. Yuri and Natsuki didn't notice, I hope. I thanked Sayori for her critique and took my paper back. I turned on my heel and took a deep breath. Next up is Monica. Great to see you again, Matty. Ready to share poems? The lady who loathes everything, yes. Yep, still the same. Monica's poem was again both abstract but also definite at the same time. It was about a woman who knew everything and wandered the earth, silent with her so-called expertise of the universe. It ended on a rather mystical note, with the woman declaring that there is no meaning to life, and that in of itself meant everything. It was very wispy. That's the word that came to my mind. I set the paper down and saw Monica's beautiful emerald eyes watching me, monitoring my movements, watching every single jerk. Okay. I don't know why I would jerk in here. Maybe. As long as I'm not doing it off, if you know what I mean, everything is fine. What did you think? I'm all ears. It was good. I especially enjoyed that sort of twist ending with the woman revealing the true meaning of life and whatnot. Very nice. Monica's smile persisted. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was hoping the ending would have that sort of effect on the reader, having it built up like the true meaning was something powerful and ultimately it was nothing. She pointed at the paper clutched in my hand. Yours is probably better though. I handed her my paper. Monica started to read it, her smile unfading. A minute later she handed it back to me. I thought it was good. It's very unique and you weren't afraid to discuss generally untouched territory with its overall theme. I would like to know what it was. Or at least what it was about. You should be proud of it, Matty. I was slightly taken aback by that someone like Monica seemingly enjoyed the poem. Unless it was fake praise, a real possibility. She is supposed to make everyone happy after all. Really? To be honest, I'm not very happy with it. Oh, why not? Mind flashed back to last night with the first Parfait Girls volume, and how I had spent almost half the night reading it, and doing the same follow-up background research on it. When I realized it was almost 2 AM, I ended up rushing out a poem and going to bed, so it was a good thing I had that free timeless period to do some heavily needed adjustments to it. I was distracted, mostly. I couldn't really think clearly. I think that my poem isn't as organized as it could be. I barely managed to say this. Monica paused, soaking in my comment. She collected her thoughts, her finger tracing the edge of her silver laptop. Well, consider this another writing tip of the day. When you're writing, the outside world can often be a distraction. Internet, phones, all that. Your mind is always looking for a way out, to do something more fun. My advice? To make her point, she pushed her laptop away. Shut anything electronic off and focus only on your reading, and only take a break when you have something written down on that paper. If you constantly take breaks, you'll never write the end. Just like her last writing tip, Monica's advice was extremely helpful. I should probably use that advice with tonight's poem. Thank you, Monica. That's really helpful. Well, maybe I almost agree, but I'm a fan of breaks, you know. After 20 minutes of studying or writing or whatever you have to do, I think a break would be nice and at least do something completely different for, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. That's mostly enough to have your thoughts back together and keep on working. But that's my advice for you for today. There you go. My voice was earnest and appreciative. Monica gave me a sweet smile. No problem. As club president, it's my job to help everyone. Always remember you can come to me for advice on anything, and not just about literature. I'm always here for guidance if you need it. I thanked Monica for her critique and honest advice, and picked up my paper and headed to the next person with a smile on my face. Well, which I suppose makes Yuri the next girl I'm gonna show my poem to. Yes, it is. And on this note, I'm gonna make my way to my next appointment, which is not recording this anymore. No. I unfortunately have to stop right here. I mean, the episode has been going on for about 20 minutes, which I think is an appropriate length for such kind of video. So, the last two poems, I'll read them in the next video. So, if you wanna see what they offer, then tune in for the next one. I mean, you know what the poems say. I don't know. Sorry, that was a bad advertisement. So I shouldn't ramble any longer before I make it awkward. I'm used to making things awkward. But yeah, I made it awkward. God damn it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, tell me somehow, and I'll see you all in the next video.